It's Wednesday afternoon and it's time to turn our attention to legal matters. It's part of our commitment to putting Southeast Texas first. Let's ask the judge and get answers to some of your questions. We're joined by Judge Randy Shelton from the 279th District Court in Jefferson County. Judge, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
Absolutely. So let's just jump right in. We've been reporting on marsh and grass fires all week, and it has some people on edge. So a viewer asked, my neighbor keeps burning trash even though it's extremely dry. With the wind, I'm nervous. If it spreads and ends up causing damage on my property, can he be held liable?
Absolutely. First, check with your local fire department to find out if there's any rules regulating outdoor burning. In addition, the Texas Commission on Environmental Control has rules about certain outdoor burning. And last, if the smoke is blowing across a road, it could be a traffic hazard and the police could get involved. Even if there aren't any laws broken, if someone's fire causes damage to someone else's property and the person starting the fire was negligent, that person is responsible.
All right, thank you, Judge. Let's move on to the second question now. This one says, my wife and I are in the midst of getting a divorce. It's only been a month since I filed, and she's still spending like crazy. Is there anything I can do to legally stop her?
Yes, excessive spending during divorce can be stopped. A divorce court has the authority to limit spending to just reasonable living expenses, reasonable business expenses, and if you're running a business, and attorney's fees. The attorney's fees part was probably created by a lawyer. But if a court order is violated, the judge can hold the offender in contempt of court or award extra money or assets to the non-offending spouse at the end of the case. That's a good question.
And Judge, I'm sure the rules change when there's a prenup involved, I'd imagine.
Sometimes, if the prenup addresses spending while the divorce is pending, then yes, it can have an effect. But that doesn't come up too terribly often.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So we'll finish up with a child custody question now from a viewer who's worried about visitation. Now, she asked us, my ex loves to take our son to see his side of the family in Louisiana. Is this allowed, or should I be concerned about them crossing state lines?
Well, unless there's a court order to the contrary, a parent can take a child out of state. If the child has lived in Texas for the last 6 months and there isn't a court order concerning the child in another state, if a parent doesn't return the child, that parent can be sued in Texas in order to return the child. Obviously, things might be more complicated if there are some provable allegations of child abuse or neglect, but it is permissible, generally speaking, for a parent to take a child out of state for a visit.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Judge Shelton, again. And if you have any questions for Ask the Judge segment, just head to 12newsnow.com/askthejudge and fill out the form.